Thank you very much, Asunta.
Thank you.
And so, yeah, this work has been conducted with my colleagues based here in Ghana. So this will be the content of my presentation. There will be a background, the objectives, the agronomic field trial that we have established, the results, the future work, and a summary. So by way of introduction, as I mentioned in my previous presentation, coconut is a very important tree crop in Ghana, particularly along the coast. And along the coast, either people are fishing or they are farming. So, and farming, coconut is one of the main crops. A little yellowing disease, however, is the bane of the coconut industry in Ghana. So this is an example of a healthy plantation. Unfortunately, however, sometimes when there is the incident of the little yellowing disease, we can have total crop failure, up to 100% losses in the plantation. So the use of resistant or tolerant varieties and hybrids is considered as the best option for fighting the little yellowing disease. And in Ghana, many resistance screening trials have been conducted, spanning several decades. The results of these screening trials have culminated in the development of a hybrid we call the SGD by VTT, which is currently being planted by farmers and which fortunately has not broken down to the disease or has not succumbed to the disease. And so we are, in Ghana, we are raising the hybrid. There's a program to raise a hybrid using the artificially hand pollination, and then we raise the seedlings for farmers. One of the trials we did was a trial that was established in 2006, 2007. And the trial was, it was under a project sponsored by the French Embassy in Ghana. And we conducted it with our colleagues from Syria. The trial involved 7 dwarf varieties that were imported from the coconut gene bank in Ivory Coast. And then they were planted in 3 locations, one location in the central region of Ghana, and the other in Cape 3 Point and in Crawford in the western regions of Ghana. So far, the results have shown 4 varieties to be promising in terms of their resistance to the little yellowing disease. And these are the Cambodia green dwarf, Indonesian brown dwarf, New Lika dwarf, the New Guinea brown dwarf. Unfortunately, however, 3 of the varieties have been affected by the disease to different degrees. So the objective of this study was to evaluate the agronomic performance of the 4 promising varieties, and again, to further monitor their tolerance or resistance in the field. So as part of the Tropicsafe project, a field trial was established at Anya in the western region of Ghana. Anya is in the western region of Ghana in a district called the Elembele district. And this is a disease endemic area. And the trial was established in 2017. Now, so this is a view of the slide of the field trial in Ghana. Those are the palms in the field, and we do fertilization of the palms, regular field maintenance, and protecting the palms against pests. Now we've been collecting growth data, and the growth data we have been collecting include the stem girth. We look at the leaf length. We are looking at the number of leaf lengths and the leaf emission. And with the onset of flowering, we are looking at the time it takes the palms to start flowering. And once it's flower, we look at the floral parameters in terms of the number of female flowers, number of spikelets, with female flowers, etc. And then eventually we're also going to look at the yield of the palms. Now we have collected data for the past 4 years, analyzed them statistically, and I'll present to you the results we are seeing so far. What we have done with the trial is that we included the current hybrid that is being planted by the farmers, which is the SGD by VTT. So we made that one the control, and we compared the other the 4 new varieties with this control. So if we look at a parameter like the leaf PTO, we realize that the 4 varieties were significantly, giving better results than the control, that's the current hybrid that is being planted. Or I think on the hybrid, it was in the case of the MGD as the Malayan green dwarf, and the hybrid is performing similarly like the MGD. When it comes to stem get, again, the 4 varieties are either performing better than the control variety, or they are at par with the control variety. And we have also looked at parameters like the leaf length. Again, the control variety was not performing better than the test for promising varieties. The same applies to the number of leaflets. So what we see is that for all the parameters, and these parameters have got a relationship with the yield and the productive capacity of the palms. So it's leaf production, there was no significant difference between the test varieties. And then we also looked at the time it takes for the palms to start flowering. We saw that the Indonesian brown dwarf was the first to flower. It flowered in 41.3 months, and the longest time it took for the palm to start flowering was the 46.7 months. That's the NLD. So we have floral data. The palms have started flowering. Unlike the vegetative data, the floral data has just commenced, and so we don't have too much data. For the vegetative data, we have taken it for 4 years. And so for the floral data, we have observed that one of the varieties, NGBD, produced the highest number of female flowers. And this is important because it's the female flowers that will eventually become the fruits. But as I said, this is in the infant stages. We have to collect it over a period to look at the stability of the data. We have also been monitoring the trial for the incidence of the disease. And so far, we have not, none of the palms have been affected by capsin, by the little yellowing disease. So in the future, we will be continue to take data on the fruit set, that is the fruits, the flowers that come up into fruit, how many of them will be retained, and then we'll look at the yield of the various variety. We'll look at the fruit component analysis, we'll do proximate analysis, we'll look at Brix level. And so based on the vegetative data that we have collected so far, we have observed that all the 4 promising varieties either performed better than the control variety, that's the variety that is currently being planted by the farmers, or in some instances, they were at par with the control variety. So these 4 varieties are considered as potential varieties for rehabilitating the coconut industry in Ghana. This preliminary inference, however, will be complemented with yield and then fruit component data. Okay. Thank you very much, and I look forward to answering your questions.